Doc, I want to ask you a question. Thank you very much. You know, there is a wide gap between where Scott was and, say, where Chris Crass is now. And a lot of folk, black and white, live somewhere in the middle of that. So how do you begin to have the conversation with those folk? Because the people at the extremes are few. It's the people in the middle. How do you talk to those folks?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to what Chris said. I mean, we all have circle of influences, and most times we are not using that influence. Most of us are quiet and withdrawn, and it's time for us to be more courageous. This is why we're having this dialogue, is to kind of stimulate that and show people that ordinary people can have an influence. For this gentleman to do what he's done and really destroy the presence of an organ, because you're talking about systems now and organizations that have had centuries of existence, at least a century or so of existence, to see that disappear in the state of Maryland is incredible. He's just an ordinary gentleman with the gift of music and other things, and everybody in this audience can make the same kind of difference. I mean, we talk about where the problems are, but I think we like fussing about them more. I think we like complaining about them more instead of getting on the ball and getting engaged and using our sphere of influence. It doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are, you have the ability to influence things in another direction. And we can't just keep this divisiveness going, you know. And so for me, it's the middle is gonna take those who, you know, have, like Chris said, that awakening. It's him, you know, with his sphere of influence. It's me and my sphere of influence. And it's being intentional. I think we have to keep stressing that. This has to be done on purpose. It's not just gonna, and it has to be done consistently. My problem is we do it and disappear. And then it may be another year or so. And evil works overtime. In fact, Daddy said the children of darkness are often more zealous and determined than the children of light. So children of light, we got to get on the ball and be more zealous and be more determined and intentional. And I just wanted to share this. A young lady who was volunteering with us, Danette Glass, she was shopping somewhere in Atlanta in the midst of all of this planning, and ended up in a conversation with a young lady in line who was an avid Trump supporter. And they just sparked up a conversation, and she took the time to listen, and they exchanged, and now they're talking about talking some more. That's what we have to do. And we're doing this on a stage setting, but you can do it, you know, in the line at the grocery store. You can do it, you know, on your job. I mean, you know, I know you got to do your work, but there are creative ways to get around that, because this is a real issue in America. I'm telling you, we're dangerously headed toward race riots if we're not careful, and we have to do this. And we're the powers, as Governor Kasich said. The people have the power in their hand to change this.
Now we must act. Use the hashtag #Let'sBridge. We welcome your donations to the King Center on our Facebook page or dreamforwardfund.org. That's dreamforwardfund.org. We also give special thanks to our sponsor, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Special thanks to our partner, the Martin Luther King Jr. Advisory Council. Let's bridge young people this summer with Camp Now. For more information, visit us at choosenonviolence.org.